And welcome in as Brendan Horton gets his second strikeout of the game. We're live in Hamilton with Columbus High School coming up to Harris County. Georgia Alabama Sports Live, brought to you by Glenn Smith Chevrolet. So far, it's been a good pitching matchup. Columbus coming off a 2-0 loss last night in a pitching matchup with Brookstone. As Nautilman win a full 7 innings tonight. First pitch called strike to Saxon Anderson getting the start at third base. Brendan Horton on the mound. Columbus has Jonathan Miller starting tonight. Columbus went 1-2-3 in the first inning. Harris County did get a walk and a stolen base in there. Half of the first, was unable to push anybody across. 1-1 pitch misses inside. Horton falls behind 3-1. Columbus comes into this game with an 8-9 overall record as Anderson gets the walk and goes down the first base.
Now batting number 11, Wilson Holland.
Columbus catcher Wilson Holland coming up. Horton comes set and delivers. Ground ball squibbed to first base, foul. Thought it might have been on the line, just foul. Horton with a quick first inning, 2 first pitch outs, fouled off. Count 0-2. 2 first pitch outs and a strikeout to the first batter. DH Jack Peak on deck for Columbus. Here's the 0-2 pitch to Holland. Foul back again. Throw over to first. Gets Anderson back. Just a show move. Wasn't his best pickoff move, just for show. Here's Horton. There's another fly ball to right field. It's still bending towards that Harris County bullpen. And out. Out of play. Here's Horton coming set. Big high leg kick on this one. Nice off-speed pitch. Throw behind the runner, and he's safe at first. Almost caught Anderson slipping. Cade Mills throwing a nice idea, nice throw down there.
Number 44, Jack Peak.
Second strikeout. The third strikeout of the night for Horton already. That one's taken low. We saw Malstaff get 11 strikeouts the other night against Northside. Another toss over to first base. taken outside. Two-0 pitch, Horton. That ball's fouled straight back. As we mentioned, Columbus lost yesterday. They had 2 hits against Brookstone. Big swing and a miss brings the count to 2-2. Twos are wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs in the second. Another foul ball. We hadn't seen Horton with the slide step. We've seen a little bit against Northside he was using. So unless you think they're pretty confident Anderson's not going to be stealing. Here's another 2-2 pitch. And that's a called strike 3 for Brennan Horton. Strikeout number 4. And we head to the bottom of the second inning. Harris County 0, Columbus 0.
Hey folks, Thrift Behringer here from Georgia Alabama Sports Live. And I want you to join us this Saturday, March 23rd at 12 p.m. to watch us do our show live from Glenn Smith Chevrolet GMC in Opelika, Alabama. We'll be talking everything from our top 10 high school baseball teams in our region, our picks for March Madness, our expectations for the upcoming MLB season, and so much more. If you want to know the latest on what's happening around you, then make sure you watch us live this Saturday from Glenn Smith Chevrolet GMC in Opelika, Alabama. We'll see you all then.
Truckloads of fresh inventory are rolling into Glenn Smith GMC in Opelika, like this powerful all-new GMC Sierra 1500 SLT, now available with up to $13,000 off. Purchase the roomy GMC Terrain SLT discounted up to $8,750 off, and the GMC Acadia AT4 all-wheel drive discounted up to $7,000 off. Enjoy no payments till summertime at Glenn Smith GMC. Over 350 new and used vehicles on the lot or on the way.
Get ready to smile.
Today's broadcast is presented by Glenn Smith Chevrolet and GMC in Opelika. Go to glennsmith.com for more information. Get ready to smile.
Now batting for your Harris County Tigers.
Dejon Elder coming up to lead off the bottom of the second inning. Elder getting the start at short. Sophomore having a pretty good year, first year starting with the varsity. We've seen him bat all over the lineup and seen him play all over the field. Miller's first pitch swung on a miss by Elder. There's a ground ball up the middle. Nice backhanded play by Cates. Won't be able to make a throw, though. Dejon Elder reaches on a leadoff single. Nice play by Cates to get to the ball up the middle, but no way he's going to be able to make a play.
Now batting for your Harris County Tigers, number 25, Holden Hayek.
And here comes Holden Hayek getting the start in right field. We was here Thursday. There's a lazy throw over to first base. No real move on that one. Holden got Harris County's first home run with a line drive to left field. Miller paying a lot of attention to the runner early on in this at bat. And Hayek not the batter you want to fall asleep on. Elder's got a decent lead, nothing huge over there. Slide step by Millers. That ball swung on a miss. Evens the count at 1-1. Miller comes set, throws it over the first base. There's the 1-1 pitch to the plate. This called strike. Jonathan Miller jumps ahead 1-2 to Holden. Holden behind in the count early. Big swing and a miss. They blew that ball right by Holden. And that's Miller's third K of the game. Looks like Columbus may be headed to another game like last night against Brookstone.
Number 5, Hudson King.
Brings up Hudson King DHing tonight. Still early. No score, bottom of the second inning. Dejon getting a little bit bigger lead at first base, but nothing massive. Ball's fouled off towards the softball field. Miller works to the plate, taken away. King and Elder look at Coach Dimitri, get their signals. There goes Elder getting a little bit bigger. And there's a throw over to first base. That called strike on the inside corner. Must have hit the corner on the way by. There's the 1-2. Good job by Hudson to hold off on that one. Brings us to a full count. Now it's going to be interesting to see if Elder is running. We might see another throw to first base right here. If you're Elder guy, make sure he goes to the plate. He's not running, swung and foul back. Good swing by King. He was on that one. There's a fly ball to right field. Blackman trying to chase it down. It gets turned around. That ball's going to go to the warning track. King hesitates. Nobody's covering second base, so he'll be good. Throw comes into third. Gets away from the third baseman, Anderson. Elder's going to come around and score. King going to go to third base. And it was a double. And then on the throw in there, Hudson King advances to third, but give him credit for a double. And Harris County jumps out to a 1-0 lead here in the second inning. That ball had Blackman, the right fielder, all kind of spun around.
Number 10, Joel Rogers.
Jamari Blackman looked like he ran to where the ball was, and then by the time he got there, the ball was by him. Joel Rogers comes up. You could tell with the lefty on the mound, Elder did not get a good secondary lead, really wanting to make sure the pitcher come to the plate. Rogers takes a jump ahead 2-0, lefty on lefty matchup. Number 10 on number 10 right here. There's a strike in there.
What's your plan? Have a plan, baby. Let's go.
Here's a 2-1 pitch. Is Hudson King at third.
Oh,
That's a
come
call.
on, Blue. Holy cow, man.
Now the count 2-2. Miller comes set, spins it, ground ball out in front of home plate. Miller bobbles it, throws it in the dirt, gets by the first baseman, Nodelman, and here come Hudson King as Rogers running down to second, throw coming into second. The tag on Rogers gets him. However, the run does come across as out number 2 is made at second base.
Now, batting for your Harris County Tigers, number 7, Luke McEldoon.
As freshman Luke McEldoon comes up, takes the ball up and in. So E1 scores the run. However, Rogers retired on the throw down to second, but Harris County jumping out to a 2-0 lead here in the second inning. McEldoon getting the start at third base. Takes away. Speedy freshman. We've seen him flash the speed this year. Oh, the ball hits him. Puts him on base, and we flip the lineup over to the top as Pierce Prophet's going to come up.
Now, batting for your Harris County Tigers, number 11, Pierce Prophet.
Prophet had a long at bat his first time up, retired on a ground ball to third. McEldoon getting his lead at first. Lefty Miller doing a good job of holding these runners, trying to keep them honest. However, in the first inning we did see Colt Kennedy, courtesy running for Horton, take off running and got into second on the pickoff. Swing and a miss by Pierce. Pretty much with the lefty on the mound, you just got to come up with a plan. You're going to go on the first move, you try to time him out, try to get his habits. There's a ground ball, kind of squibbed out to short. Ooh, and Taylor going to pitch it to Cates for the third out of the inning. Harris County gets 2 in the second inning. I'd like to take time now to thank the sponsors. Starling Southern Real Estate. Lee Starling is a great supporter of Harris County baseball. Supports Kudzu Sports all the time. He's got the Southern Real Estate. If you're in the county already, just looking for some farmland, wanting to move, or if you're outside the county wanting to move into the county looking, you can contact Lee Starling with Starling Southern Real Estate. I'd like to thank Jack Arce Rentals. We always like to give a shout out to them for all their support. Steven has a great concept. We always would like to mention how awesome a concept it is. The rent, the gear, the equipment, heavy equipment, skid steer, excavators. But the caveat with Jack Arce is they'll deliver it to you. You can call Steven at 762-208-5013, 762-208-5013. You can call Jack Arce. He'll bring you the equipment you need. He did the warning tracks out here with the skid steer, some other work that Coach Dimitri needed. Derek Moxley Concrete Services, DMCS. He supports all Harris County athletics. He supports all Georgia Alabama Sports Live broadcasts, no matter the sport out here. Derek Moxley Concrete has been a supporter. Derek is great work. So I always want to make sure we give them a shout out. We go to the third inning, and looks like it's going to be Miller, the pitcher, leading us off. Fouls that one back. Third inning, it's a beautiful day, but it's getting cool again. You already know if you've been to a game up here in Harris County, that ball's moves the count to 2-1. If you've been to a game up here, you know when that sun starts going down, it gets chilly quick. So everybody in short sleeves now probably going to be flipping it over to a long sleeve here in a little bit. Foul back evens the count 2-2. After all the rain and gloomy days we've had, it's nice to sit up here and enjoy a sun-drenched field. Beautiful athletic complex that Harris County has. That ball's taken to make a full count. Softball field, baseball field. Now you got the indoor facility. Across the street, you got the football field, the brand new tennis courts. It's just absolutely beautiful up here. Here's the 2-2 pitch to from Horton. Ground ball fielded by Horton. Pitchers are athletes. Nice pitch to first. Gets the out. Starts the first inning off. The third inning off with an out. Here comes the right fielder, Jamari Blackman.
Now batting number 45, Jamari Blackman.
Big hook in there for a strike. Horton quickly jumps out to an 0-2 count. There's a ground ball. Nice. Got right under the glove. I thought he already had it on the backhand. As Elder has that ball go to left field.
Now batting number 38.
Columbus brings up the top of their lineup. There's Colin Cates. Cates, a strikeout victim, his first time up. See if Horton can pitch around the mistake. Ball swung on a miss. There's the slide step by Horton. Runner go, and Mills throw down to second. One hops Franks. Profit back there, back it up. Stolen base by Blackman. Horton's up 0-2 in the count. Horton comes set, looks at second. Elder working the batter, retires back in his position. That ball's watched on the outside corner as Horton gets strikeout number 5 on the day. Now there's 2 outs with Will Taylor coming up, the shortstop. Taylor hit a fly ball to right field right on the line that Hayek made a nice play on in the first inning. The ball kind of twisting away from him. Elder working them. Kind of a late time given to Taylor, as Horton was already ready to come to the plate. There goes Elder to work on the runner Blackman. Ball's taken in the dirt. Mills blocks it up. Big leg kick. Called strike outside. Corner. 1 ball, 1 strike. Harris County up 2-0. 2 outs here in the top of the third. Not much of a lead by Blackman at second. Ground ball fouled on third baseline. And Horton now up 1-2. Horton quickly coming set. Looks at the runner at second. No lead at second. Big curveball. Nice off-speed pitch by Brenton Horton for strikeout number 6. His second of the inning. After 2.5, Harris County leads 2-0 over Columbus High.
We love being able to go to the different high school, colleges, middle schools to live broadcast sporting events around the area. Georgia Alabama Sports Live appreciates all the fan support, but without a presenting sponsor like Glenn Smith Chevrolet and GMC in Opelika, none of this would be possible. So we want to say thank you so much. Go to glennsmith.com. That is right, glennsmith.com. See all the inventory and see why people always say, get ready to smile. Thanks, everyone, and thank you to Glenn Smith Chevrolet and GMC for being our presenting sponsor.
It's truck season at Glenn Smith Chevrolet in Opelika. Check out the powerful full-size and fully loaded Chevrolet Silverado LTZ, discounted up to $11,000 off, or the roomy midsize 3-row SUV, the Chevy Traverse, discounted up to $7,750 off, and the perfect size Chevy Equinox up to $7,750 off. No payments until summertime. Over 350 new and used vehicles on the lot or on the way.
Get ready to smile.
Now, batting for your Harris County Tigers, that's number 12, Ashton Herring.
We jump in here in the third inning. Ashton Herring gonna lead us off. Ashton struck out his first time up. We saw against Northside flashing some speed, getting some stolen bases, wreaking havoc on the base pass. He takes the ball low. There's a ground ball up the middle. That's going to get through center field. And Herring reaches on a leadoff single. Nice job of hitting it back where it come from.
Now, batting for your Tigers and pitching today, number 17, Brennan Horton.
That brings up Horton. Herring getting a good lead over there at first base. Pitch swung on a miss. Nice bunt by Brenton Horton as Ashton's going to get down to second. Bobbled again by the pitcher. As Miller's standing around, he throws it to third. Late tag. Ashton Herring really taking a chance, but being aggressive, going to third base.
Number 13, T.J. Franks.
Miller was kind of just standing around, feeling bad for the bobble. Looked like the tag came in a little high on Ashton. Coach Mathis is going to come have a chat with the base umpire. Base umpire seemed to have a good angle of it, being on the infield where he stands. Herring's speed really made up for the hesitation he had coming around second. He thought about it, then took off. And it might have been that second think about it that made it such a close play. You know, that's the second ball we've seen. One nubber, then that bunt. That Miller's kind of bobbled trying to spin around. That lefty's got to field it and spin to throw to first. And during that, we've seen him, as now the umpires converge. Call remains the same. Couldn't imagine the home plate umpire reversing that call. Being 90 foot away compared to the base umpire who's maybe was 20 foot away, if that. Harris County, you got a little action right here in the third inning with first and third. Nobody out. Middle of the lineup coming up, TJ Franks. Miller comes set. Looks like the Columbus is going to play corners in. Swung and missed by TJ on the inside pitch. Columbus will trade 2 outs for 1 run with the middle infielders playing back for a double play. There's a pickoff, and Colt Kennedy's picked again. Herring going to come home. Taylor's throw is not going to be in time as he's in there head first. We talked about Ashton Herring's speed before his at bat. And Colt Kennedy, who come in to run for Britton Horton with the courtesy runner rule, goes down to second. And you could tell Colt was doing, as we mentioned earlier, just go on first move. And as soon as they threw that ball from the first baseman to the shortstop, Colt was getting a good lead down at second, almost in the grass. That ball's fouled back, put an 0-2 count. Colt just going on first move from the lefty. Kennedy's pretty quick himself, so he can try to outrun that. With the lead he's getting at second and the lefty on the mound, I wouldn't be surprised if him trying to steal third with the right-hander up to bat. He's getting more. Nobody's holding him. That ball's taken away for a ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes. You have to imagine Columbus is going to try to tighten that up a little bit. Second baseman coming in there a little bit for Kennedy. Now he's not that far off, and they decide to throw it over there. Now Kennedy runs for third. The ball gets away from the catcher, Holland. And looky, Harris County now got a man on third. Nobody out. The ball's taken inside. Makes a full count. Three-two pitch taken away as Holland does have that ball drop. When you're running the bases like Harris County has today, it really puts some stress on the defense.
Number 1, Dejan Gilbert.
They're going to come out and have a conference on the mound. Dejon Elder coming up. He reached on a single his first time up and really got the scoring started last inning. Now the offense is going to have their little powwow with TJ Franks, Coach K, Coach Dimitri, and Dejon. Kennedy electing to stay down at third. Columbus with some action in the bullpen, trying to put eyes on it. Looks like it's R.J. Griffin warming up in the bullpen for Columbus. Here's the first pitch. See what Franks is doing. Miller steps off, looks him back. First pitch fouled off. Nice swing by Dejan. He knew what he was looking for and got it. Just missed it. Harris County with a chance to really stretch it out, which we've seen with their games this year with them. Throw over to first. Frank's back easy. Really not a out move right there. Kennedy, your runner at first. TJ Franks TJ at first. Kennedy at third. The ball's taken away. Now it's a delay steal. Frank's going to get in the second. So now you got Franks at second, and that ball's fouled back. Kennedy, good speed at third. The middle looks like they're still playing back. Even the corner's playing even with the base. You might put a contact play on. The ball's taken for a 2-2 count. Any kind of contact, you send Kennedy with his speed, he should be able to score. Unless it's right back to the pitcher, he should be able to get in there. And with the lefty, he can get a bigger lead down at third than normal. And now to a full count. Holden Hayek on deck. The Columbus coaches got one eye down in their bullpen, one eye on the action on the field. Miller comes set. Here's the full count pitch to Elder. This is a fly ball to right field. Blackman going back. Blackman looking for the wall. That ball's going to bounce up against the wall. Kennedy's in the score. Here comes Franks. The throw comes into the cutoff man. It's going to be a 2-run double by Dejan Elder. And Harris County's got 3 pushed across this inning. Elder went with the pitch, and that ball really started to carry a little more. And you have to think maybe the Suns playing tricks on the right fielders. That's the second time he's kind of got spun around on a ball. And Harris County now leads 5-0.
Your Harris County Tigers, big number 25, Holden Hayek.
Here's Holden. Taking the strike.
Blake's only 17 inches, Blue.
Now the second baseman comes in a little lazy. That ball goes to center field. Elder thought about it, but Brian's coming up quickly to get it, fetch it in. We mentioned speed, and you're aggressive on the base paths. You put some stress on the defense, and that's what Harris County's been able to do to Columbus so far today. This Cates not working the runner. That ball gets by. Elder's going to get down to third easily as it scoots away from Holland, and Harris County yet again with a runner on third. Less than 2 out, and they've been able to get the job done. Now let's see how Columbus plays this. Looks like they're going to stay back. With a hitter like Holden, they'll probably imagine he's going to make some good contact. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Taken high. If I had to do uniform comp with Columbus High, I think they look like Clemson's uniform, the white on the front of the helmet. Here's the 2-1 swung on a miss. The orange tops with, they got the blue writing. Obviously Clemson would have purple, but from up here you can see they kind of got a Clemson look to them. Harris County with their comp is always going to be the White Sox with this pinstripe look they got. Here's the 2-2 pitch. This taken for strike 3. You hate that with a runner on third.
Harris County Tigers, number 5, Hudson King.
Runner on third, less than 2 out. You love to at least go down swinging. You hate to strike out looking right there. In high school, we'd be running that heel. That ball's taken for a strike.
And that was low.
King with a double for himself. His last time up. Elder came around the score on it. Ball's taken high. You got in the middle of the infield back. You just want to make contact right here and drive in Dejan at third. Oh, that ball hits Hudson on the leg. Another first and third situation for Harris County.
Now batting for your Harris County Tigers, number 10, Joel Rogers.
Now it looks like that's going to be the end of the day for Jonathan Miller. Make sure this is number 31, R.J. Griffin, coming out to do the pitching. Harris County already with 3 this inning and looking for more. Rogers coming up with 1 out.
Now coming in for Columbus is number 31, R.J. Griffin.
Elder at third, Hudson King at first. You know, it'll be interesting to see how Harris County wants to play this. If they want to stay aggressive as they've been, you know, going to a righty now, you can get a little more aggressive when you lead at first. And you'll have good speed down at third yet again. And for Harris County, who has only 2 home runs on the season, you use your speed, utilize what you got. And what they lack in power, they make up in having a lot of, you know, fast runners, quick runners, good base runners. So I'd like to see what they want to do right here. And I like it. You know, it's no secret they've been struggling a little bit this season. And a lot of the games are close games, close losses. So anytime you get a chance to score, you want to take advantage and score as many as you can and leave no doubt for later. Again, DMCS, we'd like to thank Derek Moxley Concrete Service for sponsoring today, Whistling Pig Barbecue. We always like to give them a shout out. The Elliott family, great people. They support Kudzu Sports, and they support Georgia Alabama Sports Live, the coaches show that we're fortunate to do from time to time. They sponsor that. They always ask what they can do, and that's the kind of people you love to have. Love to have them in your corner. Then Jack Arce Reynolds, Stephen Clark, and Starling Southern Real Estate. All them guys are all big-time supporters of Kudzu Sports, Georgia Alabama Sports Live. They just always calling, want to know what they can do to help, and that's what we love about Harris County people, and they just represent it so well. Now we're about to get started with R.J. Griffin. Columbus High School, Harris County High School, Georgia Alabama Sports Live, presented by Glenn Smith, Chevrolet, GMC. You can check out Georgia Alabama Sports Live show, 12 o'clock at Glenn Smith Chevrolet, Saturday. Thrift Behringer, Richard Holdridge. I know Thrift going to have a dandy of a show. That ball shot the other way by Joel Rogers. Elder could walk in. King with a big turnaround second, coming in the third, slide in there, punched out.
He was safe.
So he's going to make the out at third. However, Rogers does advance down to second. Rogers shooting it the other way for an RBI.
Now batting for your Harris County Tigers, number 7, Luke McEldoon.
Time called. Joel got some equipment to give to Coach K. A lot of these guys got the elbow pad, a hand pad, shin pad. Sometimes Coach K has a mitt in his back pocket to give them. Luke McEldoon comes up and takes low. Harris County pushing 4 runs across here in the 3rd inning, jumping out to a 6-0 lead. McEldoon with a 1-0 count. Rogers really not being held at second, just kind of free range as big a lead as he wants. Now the second baseman, Cates, kind of pokes in, jumps around. RJ ain't even looking. That ball's fouled off. Evens the count up 1-1. McEldoon hit by pitches last time up. McEldoon batting 9th in order, starting at 3rd base today. Ball slipped out. It's a 2-1 count. Wind slightly blowing out. Big swing and a miss by Luke McEldoon.
Come on, Luke, you got this, baby.
Evens the count up 2-2. Here's the 2-2. Griffin comes to the plate. That's a called strike 3 on the outside corner. However, Harris County with 4 runs scored this inning jumps out to a 6-0 lead over Columbus. Columbus coming up with a 4, 5, and 6 batters as we go to the 4th inning. Harris County 6, Columbus nothing.
Hey folks, Thrift Behringer here from Georgia, Alabama Sports Live. And I want you to join us this Saturday, March 23rd at 12 p.m. to watch us do our show live from Glenn Smith Chevrolet GMC in Opelika, Alabama. We'll be talking everything from our top 10 high school baseball teams in our region, our picks for March Madness, our expectations for the upcoming MLB season, and so much more. If you want to know the latest on what's happening around you, then make sure you watch us live this Saturday from Glenn Smith Chevrolet GMC in Opelika, Alabama. We'll see you all then. We love being able to go to the different high school, colleges, middle schools to live broadcast sporting events around the area. Georgia Alabama Sports Live appreciates all the fan support, but without a presenting sponsor like Glenn Smith Chevrolet and GMC in Opelika, none of this would be possible. So we want to say thank you so much. Go to glennsmith.com. That is right, glennsmith.com. See all the why people always say, get ready to smile. Thanks, everyone, and thank you.
We're back in Hamilton. Georgia Alabama Sports Live, presented by Glenn Smith Chevrolet GMC. That ball's taken for a strike. Is Livingston leading us off. 3-4-5 due up for the Blue Devils. Ooh, that was a good looking pitch. Very similar pitch to what Luke McEldoon was rung up on the end of the 3rd inning. Horton evens the count up with that fastball. The Bruton Parker College signee, Brennan Horton. That's a big swing and a miss for strike 3. Livingston strikes out. Horton starts the 4th inning off with a strikeout.
Hey, Caden, the sun's that way.
That's 7 strikeouts now for Horton. As Michael Naudelman's coming up. Naudelman pitched a good game last night for Columbus. Producer Chris Gates was at that game last night, and he was talking about it beforehand. I talked to Richard Holdridge, who called that game. Is this a called strike? The 2-0 win for Brookstone over Columbus. There's a ground ball, foul. First base line. Quickly out ahead 0-2. Naudelman starting today at first base. Struck out looking his first time up in the 2nd inning. Here's Horton's 0-2 pitch. Called ball on that one. Missed away. Evens the count up 2-2. Wind still blowing just dead center field. Not a super strong wind, especially not as strong as we've seen at some points this year. That's a strike three looking. Strikeout number 8 for Brennan Horton. Brennan really having a good outing today. You know, getting that 6-run cushion, really giving him more of a confidence, more comfortable pitching situation. It seems every game he's out there, it's a 1-0, 2-0, 2-2 type game. And a pitcher with a lead like this, he knows he can just throw fastballs, get ahead, and be more aggressive. That's a ground ball to TJ. Franks tosses over to his buddy Joel, and 1-2-3 goes the Blue Devils. As we go to the bottom of the 4th inning, Harris County 6, Columbus High 0.
Today's broadcast is presented by Glenn Smith Chevrolet and GMC and Opelika. Go to glennsmith.com for more information. Get ready to smile.
It's truck season at Glenn Smith Chevrolet in Opelika. Check out the powerful full-size and fully loaded Chevrolet Silverado LTZ, discounted up to $11,000 off, or the roomy midsize 3-row SUV, the Chevy Traverse, discounted up to $7,750 off, and the perfect size Chevy Equinox up to $7,750 off. No payments until summertime. Over 350 new and used vehicles on the lot or on the way.
Get ready to smile.
And here we come to the bottom of the 4th inning. Pierce Profit leading it off for Harris County. 1-2-3 due up in the 4th. Senior center fielder Pierce Profit. Over 2 today. We saw last game. Pierce hit a double the other way. That ball really carried last week to left center. An emotional game for Harris County last week. Ball taken low and away. Ball's taken low. Pierce takes it 3-0. Pitches in there for a strike. You notice Pierce Profit has a green wristband, as last night Harris County's Parker Clark lost his father, Sean Clark. Great dad up here. You always helped with the scoreboard and with everything else up here. Sean was always a presence here. So he passed away last night, and obviously Parker's not here tonight, and players wearing a green wristband in memory of Parker's dad, Sean. As Profit goes down. And here comes Ashton Herring coming up. Struck out in the first, however, in his last inning, he started off the 3rd inning with a single, came around to score, and really got the whole 4-run inning started. That ball taken high. A good clean single up the middle got it started. Ball rocket to third. Bobbled by third baseman Anderson. Good speed by Herring, going to get him there. He's going to reach on that. I'm telling you, there's no way to beat speed, man. You make one mistake, the pressure that puts on the defense, knowing how fast this Harris County team is.
Number 17, Brennan Horton.
Now you're coming up to the middle of your batting order with some runners on. And with R.J. Griffin being right-handed, you could expect to see Harris County maybe put some motion right here. Ashton not shy about stealing. So he gets a nice lead over at first. First pitch going, slide step as Griffin throws a ball, almost gets hit with a throw down from Holland. And there's Ashton Herring again stealing a base. As the catcher Holland bobbled that ball, and when he came out throwing it, it almost caught the pitcher Griffin in the head. This is 1-0 count. Big lead by Herring at third, getting bigger. Griffin spins around. Herring running for third as he's in there safe. We saw Herring do this last week. Still second, spin around, still third. He does it again. Horton takes it low. Holland. Trust yourself, kid. You did a good job catching that. Blocked it up perfect. Infield comes in for Horton. Here's a 3-0 pitch. Gets by. Herring not going to go in. The ball hit the netting. TJ Frank's coming up.
Now batting for your Tigers, number 13, TJ Franks.
Thought TJ was getting some 80s rock music, I think. Audible on the walk-up song. Kennedy comes in to run for Horton again. He's been aggressive over there all game. Here's another first and third situation. Griffin taking a long time. Messing with the timing.
First base, number 45, Colt Kennedy.
That's one way to combat an aggressive running team is mix your timing up. Don't let them time the pitches down. Seems to be what they're trying to do right here. As Griffin comes set, does a slide step on that one. Delay still, throw come down to second, cut off by Cates as he was watching the runner on third. And again, Harris County's got second and third, one out. If you're Franks, you're just wanting to make some contact. Even the count at 1-1. Another ball in the dirt. 2 balls, 1 strike. Rick Beach with you today. Georgia Alabama Sports Live, presented by Glenn Smith Chevrolet, GMC. Harris County up 6-0, looking for more here in the fourth. Ball's fouled off. Next is a 2-2 count. Kennedy getting a big lead down to second. If you could squirt one through the infield right here, you're going to score 2 runs. Dejon Elder on deck. Here's the 2-2 pitch from Griffin. Good eye by TJ Franks taking that one. Ball's fouled off. There's a ground ball out to Cates at second as Herring's going to come in and score. Out number 2's made at first, but give Franks an RBI on that one. On the 4-3 put out. Here comes Dejon Elder, who hit an opposite field double his last time up on a ball that just kept carrying to right, carrying to right.
Number 1, Dejon Elder.
So he drove in 2, then he came around to score himself. Elder with 2 hits and 2 runs scored today. That ball's taken for a ball. Harris County's now stretched it out to 7-0 man on third base. Another ball inside. Foul ball now past Coach Dimitri at third base coach's box. Two one count. Griffin steps off. Columbus High with some action down in the bullpen, but got a hoodie on. We can't see a number. The Elder steps out. Pace of the play really slowed down here this inning. Now Elder's dug back in. Ball's taken away, makes it a 3-1 count. 3-1. 3-1 count on Elder. We mentioned 2 for 2 with Holden Hayek on deck. See what RJ does here with the 3-1 pitch. Ball's taken ball 4. And Elder's on base for his 3rd time this game. As Coach Mathis waits, calls time, and makes a visit out to the mound. He peeked down in the bullpen.
Now batting for your Harris County Tigers, number 25, Holden Hayek.
As he's going to go to the bullpen, we're going to try to put eyeballs on this number when he comes in. He had a hoodie on, so we couldn't see while he was warming up. Going to be a right-hander. Tall kid. Jack Brown's coming in.
Now pitching for Columbus Blue Devils is number 16, Jack Brown.
So Harris County's up 7-0. We're going to take a break. We'll be right back to Harris County.
Hey folks, Thrift Behringer here from Georgia Alabama Sports Live, and I want you to join us this Saturday, March 23rd at 12 p.m. to watch us do our show live from Glenn Smith Chevrolet GMC in Opelika, Alabama. We'll be talking everything from our top 10 high school baseball teams in our region, our picks for March Madness, our expectations for the upcoming MLB season, and so much more. If you want to know the latest on what's happening around you, then make sure you watch us live this Saturday from Glenn Smith Chevrolet GMC in Opelika, Alabama. We'll see you all then.
It's truck season at Glenn Smith Chevrolet in Opelika. Check out the powerful full-size and fully loaded Chevrolet Silverado LTZ, discounted up to $11,000 off, or the roomy midsize 3-row SUV, the Chevy Traverse, discounted up to $7,750 off, and the perfect size Chevy Equinox up to $7,750 off. No payments until summertime. Over 350 new and used vehicles on the lot or on the way.
Get ready to smile.
we're coming on back in live in Hamilton, Georgia Alabama Sports Live. Coverage of the Harris County Columbus game presented by Glenn Smith Chevrolet GMC. Don't forget, Saturday, 12 o'clock, Thrift Behringer, Richard Holdridge, and Opelika at Glenn Smith Chevrolet doing their Georgia Alabama Sports Live show. Big swing and a miss by Hayek. Evens the count up.
Hold it. Watch it off the bat, baby. Just
Doing their show live. Be a good atmosphere. They got a couple guests lined up. Get on their page, see more information on that Saturday. As that ball's spiking in the dirt. Ball bounces back, rolls back to the pitcher. Kennedy slides in. Elder goes down to second. Harris County's up 8-0. For the third inning in a row, Harris County's put up a crooked number. You always like to see that. It's a 2-1 count. Georgia Alabama Sports Live, we're very thankful for Glenn Smith Chevrolet for all they've done. That ball's laced out to left field. That's going to get past Livingston. Elder's going to come in. Hayek's digging for second, picks up Coach Dimitri, drops anchor right there at second base. Hayek seems to be getting the bat going and come up with a unique celebration down at second base we haven't seen. That ball was hit hard down there left field. Hayek standing up.
Now,
Double.
for your Harris County Tigers, number 5, Hudson King.
This is indication of Holden getting things going offensively. That's nothing but good news for Harris County. As Hudson King comes in, he hits a fly ball to center field. Brian's trying to find it.
no, go back.
That's out 3. Hayek lost track of outs. But no big deal. As King hits the fly ball to center. Retired to the side. Harris County pushes 3 across this inning. Jumps out to a 9-0 lead. Going to the 5th inning. As we go to the 5th, we'd like to give our sponsors a shout out. Starling Southern Real Estate, Jack Arch Reynolds, and DMCS, Derek Moxley Concrete. All great supporters of Kudzu Sports, all great supporters of Harris County Athletics, DMCS, all through football season. I'd like to give a special shout out to the Harris County Touchdown Club. I believe they got a meeting going on now. Mr. Lenny Moore, president of the club, do everything of the club. Lenny's a great guy. Talk about somebody that supports everything at Harris County Athletics. Tennis match, I went to a tennis match and Lenny was there. Basketball games, Mr. Lenny's always there. So Harris County Touchdown Club, they have their Facebook page. Look them up, HC Touchdown Club. If you're thinking about joining, they're a great asset to the school, to the football team. They help other sports. Mr. Lenny, his wife, always help other sports with the concessions and stuff like that if they need it. So Harris County Touchdown Club, always like to give them a shout out when I can. So Mr. Lenny, we're thinking about you and can't wait to see you again out here in whatever sporting event it is I run into you at. He might be out there today. The ball's fouled off.
Now batting number 18, William Randall.
This looks like Randall's going to come in and hit for Peak. Another foul ball, or before Peak. He's going to bat for Holland. As he may have been catching last inning, I want to say I could see a different looking number. Oh-2 count. Brent Horton gets the sign. Mills slides to that outside corner, sets a big target up. Another foul ball. Is this twisting out of play? It looks like to the left side. Drops right at the fence line. Check swing, no swing. He ain't going to appeal down that way. You always want to ask. Looks like he held up. William Randall up. Batting for Holland. Ground ball to second. Frank's great play. Gets the out. Frank's playing some good second base today.
Now batting number 44, Jack Peak.
Peak, the DH, digging in. Ball's taken low and away. That ball's taken again. Ball swung high in the air. Back goes Profit. Misplays it as it bounces up against the wall. The wind blowing a little bit to center field, and the sun may have messed with that ball for Pierce. It looked like he had it lined up pretty good. And Pete going to get down on second on that ball. Here comes Jack Brown that came in to pitch for R.J. Griffin.
Jack Brown.
Line drive left field. Herring ain't going to be able to catch that one. Plays it on a hop. Spikes it into the cutoff man, McEldoon, and Columbus now going to have him first and third with one out.
Now batting number 45, Jamari Blackman.
Caden Mills sends out the first and third sign. And here comes a courtesy runner in for Jack Brown, the pitcher. This is going to be Quintavious Fudge. The
He's running number 13,
courtesy run.
Quintavious Fudge.
Here's Jamari Blackman, the right fielder, coming up with first and third. I'd like to see Harris County just throw it down to second if he tries to steal. Here in the fifth inning, you'll gladly trade outs for runs with a 9-run lead. That might have got him. Close play. Sometimes you wouldn't mind seeing an umpire just whack him for making it close in a 9-run game. That ball zings in there and hits him, and Columbus might have something cooking now. They got the bases loaded with the top of the order coming up.
Now batting number 38, Colin Cates.
The second baseman, Cates, leadoff batter coming up. Coach Dimitri coming out to ask maybe it hit bat. You never know unless you ask. Dimitri gets an answer that makes him happy and go back to the dugout. Corners in. Middle obviously going to stay back to play for two right here. Fouled straight back. Peak, Fudge, and Blackman, your runners for Columbus right here, going from third to first. You can tell it's getting a little chilly in Hamilton. Coach Mathis looks like he's dressed for a ski trip. See, he's out there giving out signs. The gloves, the hoodie, the jacket. There's a strike tube in there. See what Horton has in mind right here. 0-2 pitch, bases loaded, 1 out. Just misses outside. You know, sometimes you just want to go 0-2. You can try it out a little bit. Try to get a little bit more if you want to. Horton comes set. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Foul tip in and out of the glove of Mills. Mills pounds his chest as he felt like he could have had that one. But nothing to it. Them foul tips are a lot of luck on them foul tips when they're above your hands. There's a ground ball up the middle. Elder to Franks. Pick over at first as he calls him out. Nice pick by Joel Rogers on the 6-4-3 double play. As we head to the bottom of the 5th inning, Harris County 9, Columbus 0.
We love being able to go to the different high school, colleges, middle schools to live broadcast sporting events around the area. Georgia Alabama Sports Live appreciates all the fan support, but without a presenting sponsor like Glenn Smith Chevrolet and GMC in Opelika, none of this would be possible. So we want to say thank you so much. Go to glennsmith.com. That is right, glennsmith.com. See all the inventory and see why people always say, get ready to smile. Thanks, everyone, and thank you to Glenn Smith Chevrolet and GMC for being our presenting sponsor.
Now, batting for your Harris County Tigers, number 10.
Back at you here in Hamilton. Rick Beach with Georgia Alabama Sports Live, presented by Glenn Smith Chevrolet GMC. Joel Rogers with a nice pick on the 6-4-3 double play. He was the 3 on it. And he's going to lead us off here in the bottom of the 5th as he takes a ball low. Called strike. Joe with the RBI single his last time up. As he had an opposite field singles. He shoots one that way this time. Is this going to run foul? Let's see if the third baseman gets a play on it. No, he kept looking at the fence. Look at the ball, look at the fence. It's hard to catch him when you're doing that. Joel's got 2 strikes. He had a good job of hitting last time by Joel as he had an outside pitch and drove it to left field. Driving in a run. Nice job to stay alive by Joel. As we've hit the 5th inning, Harris County 1 run away from winning this game. They can push one across right here, get the 10 after 5. There's another base hit the other way by Joel Rogers. That gets over Taylor's head. 2-hit day by Joel Rogers. As he shoots it the other way again.
Now batting for your Harris County Tigers, number 7, Luke McEldoon.
As Colt Angel is going to come in to run for Joel.
Coming into pinch run. Colt Angel.
I think we see Dimitri now. He's going to try to get some speed in there and try to get that 10th run pushed across. And in this game, in this inning, especially Horton, keep that Horton pitch count low. Here's McEldoon coming up, the freshman. Freshman at first base, pinch running, freshman at the plate. That's taken high. Angel, you can see him covering his eyes as he looks at Coach Dimitri. That sun is a booger this time of night. You know, we was interested to see with the indoor what role that would play in the sun. As that ball hits McEldoon for the second time today, he gets hit by a pitch. Some guys just have magnets in their bodies that find baseballs, and McEldoon has that today for sure. And the winning run advances down to second base as the top of the order comes up, Pierce Profit.
Now batting for your Tigers, number 11, Pierce Profit.
Angel gets his lead at second. Let's see how much Taylor wants to hold him. As Taylor's still standing to the R left of the runner. Angel gets a little more. That first pitch swinging by Profit as he fouls it off to the right. Back towards the softball field. Ball taking them. 1 ball, 1 strike. Profit, the senior center fielder, knows that he can end the game right now with a base hit with a speedy Angel down at second. Here's a pickoff play as Angel's in there standing up.
Better slide, baby, slide.
That's just throwing it because you want to throw it. Angel wasn't really off by that much. Taylor still working him down there. That ball spiked towards the plate. Nice play by the catcher, Randall. Backhand that play. 2 balls, 1 strike now on Pierce Profit. Pierce has an impressive spray chart. He can hit it foul line to foul line. Ball's taken high, 3-1. The ball here, and Harris County gets a winning run on third base. There's a ground ball fielded by the first baseman. Throw it down to second. Nottleman with a great play over there to get McEldoon at second. However, if you're Harris County, you just got the winning run down to third with less than 2 out.
Now batting for the Harris County Tigers, Flash, number 12, Ashton Herring.
Here comes Herring. Herring been on base twice, scored twice. Coach Mathis with Columbus. I thought he was coming out, staying in there. See if Ashton can get us a hit right here and send us home. There's a fly ball. It's going to be at least a sac fly. This is going deep. Angel's going to wait. As the catch is made by Bryan's in center field. Here comes Colt Angel, and that's 10-0. As Colt Angel scores on the Herring sac fly. And Harris County wins the game 10-0. Great pitching out performance by Brennan Horton. got his 8 strikeouts, really just started throwing BBs in there later in the game when he got the big lead. Harris County aggressive on the base paths from beginning of the game on. You know, it started in the second inning when they had 2 runs. Dejon Elder, Ashton Herring, Joel Rogers having a big game at the plate. Just all up and down the lineup, Harris County had success. You know, really wasn't a bunch of bad defense. It was just some good hitting, aggressive base running by Harris County. Jumps them out to they got a quick 2-0 lead, stretched it out to 6-0. Then scored every inning other than the first. That was just good baseball. It's Harris County's second win in a row, trying to get some momentum going. Harris County will travel to Smith Station tomorrow for a doubleheader. So that's going to be big to get a little momentum going on the road. Nice little home winning streak coming in. They won against Russell County, won against Northside, win against Columbus. Columbus get their second loss in a row. Losing to Brookstone yesterday, then dropping this one to Harris County. I'd also like to talk a little bit about Harris County softball, adding their coach, Brandon Jenkins, coming in. Jenkins, everybody's familiar with his impressive record coming in to Harris County. He's a 3-time state champion, 3-time state runner-up, 7-time region champion, 280 career wins. Harris County's had an impressive softball program. Bringing in a coach of this caliber is super exciting for Harris County. Brandon Jenkins is a friend of mine. He's a friend of a lot of people out here in Harris County. His sons play on the freshman team for Harris County. His daughter played on the middle school softball, high school softball team. I believe she's doing cheer this year. Carla Grace. We all love that Jenkins family, love some Carla Grace. Preston and Caleb, the boys, the twins on the freshman team. Preston hit one off the HC last week on a win over Northside. So we're super excited about Brandon Jenkins joining the Harris County family officially. Super excited about what he's going to bring. The female sports in Harris County have been phenomenal. The women's team, the girls basketball team, a point away from making it, 2 points away from winning to go to the Final Four. Flag football was in the championship game last year, Elite 8 this year. Softball in the Final Four. So it's exciting times. Welcome, Brandon, to the Harris County family. Can't wait to get you with Kudzu Sports. I want to have a sit-down with you. Nice interview we could do. Excited about everything moving forward. Every program is striving to get better, and we're making that move with softball. So welcome, Brandon. And as for tonight with Harris County, 10-0 win over Columbus, dominant from the get-go. They come out in the first inning, Brennan Horton with a quick inning, strike out, 2 quick flyouts. Then after that, Harris County's bats come alive. The speed was the most impressive thing about tonight, was how they ran the base pass so aggressively. So 10-0 win for Harris County over Columbus. For Chris Gates, I'm Rick Beach, Georgia Alabama Sports Live. We'll see. We got another broadcast maybe next week. We'll throw it up there. Don't forget Saturday, Thrift Behringer at Glenn Smith Chevrolet in Opelika. Y'all go visit him, try to heckle him while he's doing the show. Maybe yell at him, throw stuff at him, get him off his game. Like I said, for Chris Gates, I'm Rick Beat.
Thank you for watching the Georgia Alabama Sports Live Show presented by Glenn Smith Chevrolet and GMC. You're ready to smile. We love being able to go to the different high school, colleges, middle schools to live broadcast sporting events around the area. Georgia Alabama Sports Live appreciates all the fan support, but without a presenting sponsor like Glenn Smith Chevrolet and GMC in Opelika, none of this would be possible. So we want to say thank you so much. Go to glennsmith.com. That is right, glennsmith.com. See all the inventory and see why people always say, get ready to smile. Thanks, everyone, and thank you to Glenn Smith Chevrolet and GMC for being our presenting sponsor.